Hello, sacred souls. It's Susanna from Alemannic Shaman. What I have here for us tonight is cutting the cords, the karmic cords and bonds that stop us from ascending. And what I have here is based on a dream I had a few nights ago. And in that dream, I was talking to someone who is not at the point yet where I am. And again, in that dream, I was touching the limiting cords represented by these strings that were above me, which make up the ceiling one has to break through as part of the ascension process, as part of the ascension period. And I'm touching them, and that's why I have so many tests. Like I call them shamanic tests in my case, but whatever you want to call them, ascension tests, tests as part of healing, tests from the universe. So basically challenges and difficulties that you need to get through and overcome as part of your healing and ascension journey, right? So I also want to continue burning the ascension candle that was the white spiral candle that I had started a while ago and then paused when other stuff came up. So now is a good time to continue burning this. And actually, yeah, let me light it right now while I'm talking about it. So I just wanted to show you first before it's lit so that I could handle it easier. Okay, here we go. So coming back to this, so these are all the karmic cords that hold us back, that prevent us from ascending. So we can't break through this, otherwise called glass ceiling, that limitation that we have, that we can't break through a lot of times. I shouldn't say we, that is often thought of that people cannot break through. However, in the ascension, we can, by healing these cords. And basically, whenever we touch one of these, whenever that's brought up, so whatever is brought to your attention and that is bringing challenges acutely into your life, those are like, each of these are one of those cords, right? So I probably overdid it a little bit here. Like in the dream, it wasn't quite that many. But when we start, this is roughly how packed it is. It might even be more. I'm not exactly sure how many, and of course that varies from person to person, but this roughly represents how many we might be dealing with. So just that it's lots, right? And I'm going to cut them to help us break free. And I will then put on the rattle to reconnect us to those shamanic powers, or in your case, that might be other powers or other gifts and abilities that you came to this earth with that are currently not fully activated yet, simply because you still have to go through all this stuff, right? And also I found this unused band-aid that must have slipped out of someone's bag, and I found this about a week or two ago, and I found that amazing because this is like obviously for kids, right? One of those female superheroes, and since I'm female, I felt it was a sign for me, but again, also representing our healing collective of how the pain, the wounds that we go through turn us into these superheroes, into these highly empowered divine beings who have gifts and abilities that regular 3D humans don't have, right? So a lot of these would be our clair abilities and healing abilities, and based on what you're supposed to bring to this world, you might have an amazing gift through art. So let's say maybe if you paint or sing or do anything else, that just through that medium of like art or the voice, that you can also heal people, that you can help the collective and everyone through that. Okay, with that being said, before we fully dive into it and before we smudge and all that, I did want to quickly make the announcement that this Thursday, which is in 2 days from now, I am doing a local live shamanic healing ceremony. All the information is in the description box below. Well, the links are down below. So you can get the information on the Alemannic Shaman Facebook page or on the meetup group Shamanic Fire Ceremonies. And it is in person, local, to the Greater Toronto area. So if you're in this area, that would be really amazing if you could make it. And if not, the next virtual shamanic ceremony is coming up where it's virtual, right? So you will interact with me and also do things along with me, similar to what I do in all of these videos. And that, excuse me, that will be on the last Sunday of the month. So not the 3rd, but the 4th Sunday, which is the 26th of July. And that's at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is done virtually, so anyone from around the world can log in there and join. You do have to sign up for it though, which is via meetup.com, Shamanic Fire Ceremonies. So it's a virtual fire ceremony, since the candle flame represents the fire, right? And I look very much forward to seeing some of you there. And otherwise, if you want to support the channel, please remember to like, share, and subscribe this video. And also leave comments down below to help the algorithm. And I love to actually read about your experiences with the ceremony, like what you felt. And also afterwards, let's say, depending on what video it is, like if you felt the changes. So yeah, that would be really amazing. Also, there is a PayPal link down below if anyone would like to support the channel even further. With that being said, let's jump right in and smudge, and then we'll cut these cords. Okay. Please cleanse, clear, and renew all of our energies and take away anything dark, low vibrational, and unhealed, and transmute it into pure divine essence and return it to the universe for reintegration, and help us fully and completely reconnect to our own inner divinity as well as that all around us, and through that help us be in oneness with all of creation. Thank you, Dankeschön, all my relations. Dear divine higher power of the universe, our higher selves, and our entire divine spirit team of the light, including our ancestors that are in the light, the 4 directions, and the 4 elements, please join the ceremony and assist the healings, prayers, and protection with all of your powers. Thank you. Please close the circle of protection around us. Thank you. All right. And actually, I just forgot to show you an up close one, I think. So let us take a moment to express our gratitude and to give thanks for all the blessings that we have in our lives, or some of them at least. So I am actually very grateful that I have the freedom in my schedule to take today off because it's another scorching hot day. Yesterday was already pretty hot, and for the next 2 days it will be as well, but today is the absolute peak. So I'm actually taking this time at home rather than being out in the burning sun or boiling. um, I don't know which better word I could use for that, but anyway, so I'm very, very grateful to have this kind of flexibility in my schedule, to have the freedom to take time off when I need it. Of course, I still have to work and make up for it on other days, but just having this freedom and flexibility is an amazing blessing and gift in my life, I feel. And other than that, I am so very grateful that we have summer. It is my favorite season. And I always feel that my spirit is more uplifted and that I'm at my happiest in the summer. So yeah, I'm very, very grateful for that. All right. I hope in the meantime you've all had a chance to also give gratitude for whatever you're grateful for. And with that being said, let us jump right in. And I do want to give thanks actually also to our highest divine power, to those powers and forces of the universe that have put this system in place that we're all struggling through, but at the same time, we're also learning a lot. So with every cord, with every karmic cord that gets healed, with every restriction and limitation that we've had in our lives and that we've overcome, we have learned a lot. We have become stronger. We have slowly but surely become more refined and polished, in the sense of polishing a raw diamond into the most beautiful piece possible. And with that being said, help us now cut all these karmic cords, all these connections that have brought hardship and difficulties upon us and into our lives, that have created this ceiling above us that we've been trying to get across, to make it through in our ascension process, to ascend and to move into that higher state of being, into oneness and being connected to that divine higher knowledge and wisdom and everything that comes along with it. Being like us being at a more highly evolved state of consciousness. Okay, with that being said, let any and all karmic bonds, shackles, chains, leashes, connections, and any and all other energetic frequencies, limitations, and restrictions, any energetic barriers and hurdles now be cut, severed, and removed, so that we can fully and freely ascend and move into that higher state of consciousness that is our innate right as human beings, that we can experience heaven on earth while we're still alive and in this body at this time. Oh, I really secured it well here on the side. See, I have these two little loops there that I also secured it around quite well, so that we shall also be able to climb out of this proverbial crab bucket. You know, when we're all crabs in a bucket, and if we try to climb out, then the other crabs pull us back down again. So that shall no longer be the case, and we shall be able to freely climb out of it. Let's get this guy actually climbing. And all these cords are done. We are free. Hold on, there's one cord on the floor. Here, that one also. And wow, and the cord was even on the rattle. And by putting the rattle on this doll, we shall fully step into our divine powers again, our healing powers and abilities and gifts and everything that we actually have come to earth with, and we shall now fully and completely be in our own personal power. And so it is. Thank you. Dankeschön, all my relations. And we are now on top of the mountain. So what just popped into my head was also this, if the prophet doesn't come to the mountain comes to the prophet kind of thing, and how a lot of the divine teachings, like the teachings from God in the Bible, and I believe also in many other holy books like the Quran and the Torah and other holy books around the world, a lot of those divine teachings happened on a mountain, right? So there's something to be said about being higher up, that we as humans feel closer to God, even though it's the divinity within us that helps us connect. But yeah, so here that's represented by the little mini shaman sitting on top of the bowl that now represents the mountain. All right. Whew. With that being said, let us take a deep breath in, breathing in that pure divine light. And let us breathe out all these limiting and restricting cords that kept us reactive and that kept us too close and too connected to be detached and looking at it from a neutral perspective, right? So with that being said, let all of that be breathed out so that we can let it go. Okay, so everyone, actually we need another inhale since then. So let us breathe in more divine energy, and let us exhale all these attachments. And so it is. Thank you. Dankeschön, all my relations. Let us feel this divine light within us, amplifying and spreading to every cell, every fiber of our body, mind, spirit, soul, and energy field, and form a massive shield all around us to protect us. And with that being said, let the ceremony now be finished, and let us give massive amounts of love, thanks, gratitude, and blessings to our divine team. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for all your help and assistance. And please open the circle of protection around us, but keep us strongly and massively safe, shielded, and protected with that divine shield that we just visualized. And so it is. Thank you. Dankeschön, all my relations, all our relations. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, for being a part of this ceremony, and for being on your own healing and ascension journey, and for staying until the end of this video, being a part of the ceremony, participating, and just helping spread these good energies. And just as a quick reminder, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. Also, if you'd like to participate in any of these upcoming ceremonies, then please head over to either the Alemannic Shaman Facebook page or meetup.com under Shamanic Fire Ceremonies. If you're joining virtually, then meetup.com is through which you log in. And other than that, I'm sending you tons and tons of love, light, and blessings. Be well until next time, and I wish you great abundance. May truth and integrity always be with you. Bye for now.